This video is brought to you by the Veteran Bikes. If you like what you see, pay us a visit and view our beautiful stock available.
What's up, homies, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing lekker. 2015 SuperDuke 1290. This is like borderline insanity. I've been warned by quite a few people about this bike. Me, willy, me. So powerful. Listen, at the end of the day, it's just a bike. And you boys know this by now. I've ridden a lot of bikes. And I feel as though that, yes, I need to be a little bit careful, but you know, at the end of the day, boys, it's just a bike. Let's get on to the modifications, boys. We have got a couple of rich, very nice and short. It's basically headers to exhaust. That's, you know, we love that type of shit here, boys. The louder the better. We've got, it's not a modification, but a single-sided swing arm. I mean, this is going to be the first time. This is going to be the first single-sided swing arm bike that we will be riding. Next modification, boys, we've got some of these, like what are they? Handlebar sliders. I don't know, because you got the frame sliders. Handlebar sliders, very nice. GFP. Unfortunately, we've got stock mirrors. Big letdown, in my opinion. I mean, take the mirrors away and it looks beautiful. I'm not, you know me and mirrors, boys. I don't like the race screen technology. Okay, so we've got a race screen there, boys. This is a racing bike. I do think this has been tracked because of this. I mean, it's a terrible job, but I mean, yeah, people normally do that on track to make sure their bolts don't come off and so on and so forth. Holy crap. This thing is insane. Yes, that's... Yo! Okay, so we do have some modes. So we're gonna start in street mode, and then we'll test out sport mode at some point in time. I must just try and not forget to do that. We've got our traction control, ABS. Yo! Absolutely insane. As per usual, we're going to start off with comfort, and I mean, what I'll say is that it's, when I first got on it at the shop there, it was a little bit rough, the seat, right by where your quads are, like on your inseam, but it's already gotten a little bit softer, so I'm quite comfortable, or my ass is quite comfortable. Handlebar positioning feels nice and natural. I was just about to say that the throttle isn't as twitchy and reactive as I thought it would be, and then I remembered that we're riding it in street mode. So I'm very curious to see how it's going to react, or perform rather, once we put it into sport mode. Oh, man, this thing is insane, eh? Yo! I feel like it does have wheelie control. It feels like the front of the bike was, well, it feels like the bike was stopping the front from coming up there. It was an unusual feeling. It's not that crazy. Alright, we need to actually chill out and just talk about the comfort. Boys, this thing is super comfy. I love it. It's, the riding position is very similar to the triple, which is a big plus in my books. Seats nice and comfy. Only thing is like over here, I try to do this without crashing, but over here, sorry if I'm screaming, it's like pushing into my leg a little bit, so it's just a little bit rough, but it's, you know, I am one of the short-hair human beings on this planet, so I think if you've got a little bit of a wider inseam, it won't bother you as much as it's bothering me. And chances are you have a wider inseam than I do. It's super comfy. I'm loving it. It's really nice. You know, there's nothing that's making me want to reduce the rating or anything like that. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5, boys. A 9.5 out of 10 for comfort, because it's a damn comfy bike. And as I said, you know, I'm a shorter rider, so it's probably going to be even more comfortable for someone who, you know, fits on this bike properly. Because I mean, I'm tippy-toeing right now. Oh, the front end is very light. I like this thing, boys. Yo! So the front of the bike does feel a little bit light. Now, one of the guys on our group, he has a 1290 and he had the standard steering damper on. I don't know if this one even comes with one. I will pop it up on the screen if it does or if it doesn't. But he actually put on a racing damper. With the racing damper, he can actually adjust it on the fly. So, you know, if he feels like his bars are a little bit too loose, he can tighten them up, and, you know, vice versa. Funny enough, I was in this exact same place when I talked about looks on the Castrol CBR 1000. Oof, that was a nice bike, eh? But anyways, boys, it's got such a unique look to it. There's nothing really out there that looks remotely similar. It's a very unique bike, and some of you boys will know by now, but your boy is a fan of uniqueness. Hence why I got my Daytona. So it's oh, hello, it's very nice going around the corner. I like this bike. Odometer. Do I have to turn the bike off or something? Set. Favorites. Ah, there we go. Sport. Throttle is closed. There we go. I think it's got wheelie control, which is quite disappointing. Not that I wanted to do. Well, I wanted to see, you know, because people were like, hey, it's a wheelie bike. It's gonna pop up on you in first, second, and third. Or it's not popping up in first. And I mean, you can see firsthand. Maybe I need to go a little bit slower. Just an awesome looking bike, and it's a very aggressive looking bike. You know, you see this thing on the road, you just know that this thing fucks off. Let's see if we can do a launch here. 0 to 100 with traction control. Come on, baby! I mean, it's quick, boys. This thing is quick. Yeah. I will say traction control was quite nice there. It definitely stopped the bike from spinning out. It did try and spin out. But again, I would have preferred if it did. I just like the feeling of doing rolling burnouts. It's very unique. It's extraterrestrial. It doesn't even look like it belongs on this planet. It's a mean ass looking bike. I mean, this thing is just evil. The look perfectly fits the bike itself. You know, the platform, the look fits the platform. A lot of people talk shit about KTM, and myself included. My shit talking is unjustified. I'm kind of just going with the flow, you know. But boys, say what you will, this thing is insane. I feel like this deserves nothing less than a 9 out of 10 for looks, because it's a beautiful looking bike. Obviously, there's two things that I don't like about the looks. Number one being the mirrors. I think they look like shit. I'm just going to be honest with you boys. I think it needs some bar-in mirrors. Yeah, this thing like throws you back. I can't even hear myself right now. I can't even hear myself talking. Boys, I'm gonna give this thing a 9 out of 10 for looks. You know, it deserves it. But there's two things that I don't like. Oh, the brakes are very nice. Two things I don't like: mirrors, windscreen. I know this is probably saving me from getting blown off of the bike. Yeah, I chowed all those Okies. Look at them; they're push far behind. Obviously, it's providing me with some protection. However, I don't like the look of it whatsoever. I think we need a new windscreen, and we need some new mirrors. And Bob's your uncle. This thing looks like $1,000,000. There you have it, boys. That's looks, acceleration. I mean, holy shit, boys. It's one of the, I would put it up there with the 1000cc sport bikes, eh? Definitely quicker than the MT-09. I would say off the line, quicker than any bike that I've ridden, I have to say, boys. You know, this is a monster of a bike. Okay, this road is terrible and it took it like a champ, so suspension is very nice. Oh, come on. Didn't quite want to dive into the corner there. See, I'm riding the bike too much and I'm not actually talking, but let's finish off that acceleration. Boys, 9.2. I'm not even gonna, that's the first number that came to mind. That's the number that I'm gonna leave it with, because holy crap. Maneuverability, that's the one thing that I think might not get a 9, because that MT-09 was definitely more maneuverable than this, and it probably for good reason. I'm gonna give this thing like an 8.3. That's the first number that comes to mind. However, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's not quite up there, you know. There's something stopping it from coming up. Only once did it, you know, actually come up without me wanting it to. But this thing hits hard, eh? Yeah. There's a little delay and then it just fucks off. We've arrived alive. That was a quick review, boys. I think it's because I was just riding this thing, having the time of my life. Ooh. Therefore, this is my new favorite bike, eh? Holy shit. Yay! It's the highest rated bike that I've had. Without a doubt. Boys, if I was to get a naked bike, yes, I still need to ride the 1050, or I think it's the Triumph 1200s. I think I'm going to end up enjoying those a little bit more. Only reason being is that they're going to be a little bit more lightweight, and I do prefer my lightweight bikes. It is definitely 100% without a doubt the nicest naked bike that I've ridden. Everything came naturally on this bike. It was such a nice bike to ride, and yes, it's a crazy ass bike, but it's easy to ride, you know, and it almost sounds crazy saying that, but I would say that this is easier to ride than that of the MT-09. And you know, that's just how it is. You know, that's all I could say, boys. One of the, if not the best looking naked bikes out there. That sounds absolutely ridiculous. It was super comfy. This is what I was talking about. This like seam here, that's the only part of the bike that made it even remotely uncomfortable. Boys, it was pretty easy to move around the road. I did notice that you had to almost force it into the corners just a little bit. This thing's acceleration was, it was crazy. I mean, this is definitely the fastest accelerating bike that I've ridden, without a doubt. Yes, I had high expectations, but it's not like those expectations were let down. I was almost pleasantly surprised. I didn't have to be careful. I could just ride this thing how I wanted to ride it. I mean, take those mirrors and that windscreen off. I'll pop a picture up with edited with taking with. I'll pop a picture up on the screen where I've edited out the mirrors and the windscreen, and you boys will see this thing is awesome. It looks absolutely amazing. Amazing. Boys, overall, I would give it a 9.5, only because it's not quite at the point where I'm going to go into generational debt for it. It's very close to being there, but it's not there quite yet. Is this the highest rated bike that I've ever ridden? probably, I think I have to go back and check the 750 ratings, because I feel like that was also a very highly rated bike. But this was 9s across the board except for the maneuverability. And if I hadn't ridden the MT-09 before this, it probably would have gotten a 9 for maneuverability. It's almost like one of those situations where it was such a good review that I don't really know what to say, because there's not much to say. Like, I just had the time of my life. I had so much fun. Remember, boys, this was one of our voted bikes. So if you aren't on the Instagram yet, go hop up onto the Instagram. Keep an eye on the stories. You might get to choose what bike it is that we test next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you boys all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace!